Alright, hello, this is Rob Graves. This is part 3 of my Arch installation, and if you've been following right along, you should have base installation from the first video, and then in the second video, we set up user, we did the upgrades and dealt with some of the issues that happened with upgrading, and set up the Pac-Man key, and now we're going to move on to setting up sound and Xorg and starting to get some kind of a GUI going, graphical stuff. I'm going to fire up my VirtualBox here that I've been working on. And here we are. We're going to sign in with our user, Rob Graves in my case. Alright, now actually first of all, I think I'm going to get rid of, if you had set up with a wireless, you probably set up with the, if you followed me, you'd set up with the NAT CFG, and I usually use, regardless of whether it's wireless or wired, I like to use Network Manager, so I'm actually going to set that up and install that stuff now. So we're going to go pacman-s Network Manager, then network manager applet, and also I think we need GNOME keyring for that. Not sure, but whatever. Oh yeah. Need to put sudo before it. So sudo pacman -S space network manager space network manager applet space GNOME keyring. Now we're going to put in our password, hit enter, and that's going to download the stuff we need. And wow, there's quite a bit of stuff in there. I don't know. Perhaps this isn't ideal if you're going for the most minimalist of installations, but and actually up until now I wasn't sure if I was going to do GNOME as my desktop or not. I think I'm actually leaning towards probably doing an openbox setup, as it requires a little bit more to do. The GNOME one's relatively simple, but I'll get to that when I get there. But so I mean, it looks like this has quite a bit of dependencies and other packages for, I'm not sure if it's Network Manager, if it's the GNOME keyring and what have you, but for the purposes of this tutorial, whatever. But again, you might, get GNOME icons and what have you. If you were going for a minimal installation, that might not have been ideal, but regardless, this is the way I'm doing it. Good or bad. And we're checking package files, loading package files, and installing. Actually, while I'm here, I'm just going to do sudo pacman-s pulse audio, one word, space alsa -utils space alsa -oss. Alsa, if I spell stuff right. There, hit yes. Install my sound. actually going to install dbus as well. So dbus, yes. Alright, so now I can... now when I installed sound in the past, I've had issues before where it didn't keep the volume levels that I wanted, and I read somewhere to do this. Also mixer, go in here and you can see some of the volumes on this are low. You can use the arrows left and right, scroll up, and I just crank them up. But at any rate, hit escape, you can get out of there. And then I type in sudo alsa-ctl store. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we're going to edit the rc.conf and make some changes here. So nano space / etc /rc.conf, and we're going to scroll down. Now, had you set up a wireless connection here, this would have been uncommented, and it would have said probably home or whatever you named your thing. We're going to comment that back out, so put the pound symbol there, the hashtag to comment it out. And then down here, if you had wireless, you would have had this commented out, and net profiles in here. We can delete net profiles, and you can uncomment network, and we're actually going to change it into network manager. Yep. And towards the beginning here, after hardware clock, I usually put dbus, and I'm going to run syslog in the background with an @ symbol. I'm going to leave hardware clock, dbus, and network manager alone. I'll run cron d in the background, and then at the end I'm going to add in the background alsa. So I'm going to hit Control X, Y, and enter to save that. What? Oh, permission denied. I didn't sudo it. Alright. Control X, I can't save it. The same command previously with sudo. Actually, I could have done that the other way, but alright, now we're in here with root privileges, thankfully. So here we are going to, if you had that, comment that back out if you were using wireless. And in here, you can delete, if you were using wireless, the net profiles we had created earlier. And if you had this commented out, you can uncomment that again, and we're changing it into network manager. We're going to throw dbus in here. We're going to run syslog in the background, cron d in the background, and we're adding alsa. There. Control X, Y, and enter to save that. And now, actually going to do a reboot, I think. I'm not even sure why. I might just be, I don't know. I'm just rebooting, just for the fun of it, just to make the video longer. Yeah. I know why, because, well, I mean, I could have manually started up dbus with rc.d space dbus start. If I did it that way, just let the daemon take care of it in the daemons array. Alright, now we're in here. I've got the sounds installed. I've got the network installed, I hope. Let me test that. ping-c3 www.google.com. Yeah, we're good. Alright, at any rate, so now what we're going to do is start installing Xorg. Actually, before Xorg, I'm going to install some fonts. Sudo pacman space -s, and we're going to do ttf dash deja vu. We're going to do ttf dash droid, ttf dash cheapskate, yep, and our password. Get that installed. Just get a few fonts going there. It's installing those. sudo space pacman dash capital S space, we're going to do xorg libgl space mesa, M-E-S-A, space mesa dash demos. Hit enter for all that junk. Well, yeah, I guess. Hit yes. This is going to, there's actually a few other things I need to install, but this is going to give us a very rudimentary graphical desktop, the Xorg thing, in which case all the other stuff runs on top of your window manager and desktop environment in Linux. This isn't too massively big, but it's coming. And there we go, installing. Installing. Alright, and then one last set of installs. Sudo space pacman dash, if I spell pacman dash capital S, xorg dash utils, xorg dash server, xorg dash server utils, xorg dash x init, xorg dash x clock, xorg dash twm, and xterm. Run that. Once this is done, I should be able to test x. We're going to type in start x, test x, and if we did this right, we should get a graphical interface. Pretty cool. And you've got mouse support in here, as you can see. We've got 3 little windows here. We got the little X clock there. At any rate, if you go to the leftmost window here and type in exit, it'll take you back out of it. And then we are back here, and we are going to, what are we going to do? I just had a brain fart. Oh, you know what? Right here, I'm in logged in as myself, and also Arch doesn't create anything for you, so you don't have any basic folders or what have you. So I'm actually going to create a few right now. mkdir space downloads. Also spell that right. mkdir documents, mkdir pictures, mkdir music, mkdir dir videos, I'm actually going to make a desktop one. I don't really use it myself, but I think I had a program complaining that I didn't have one. So, and then I also like to have one called software. I throw stuff in. Now I've got some basic folders there in my home directory. And now that I actually have a downloads folder, when I download stuff, it'll end up in that download folder. And actually, as a result of that, the reason I did that is I'm about to set up an AUR helper for the Arch user repository. I'm actually going to do it right here from the command line. So I'm going to fire up links, and if you installed links on my first video in the install, you'd have that, but if you don't, just sudo pacman-s links. But I'm just going to fire up links. It gives you this welcome message, just hit OK. And if you hit G, let's say go to URL, I'm just going to type in Google. It's relatively easy to get there from Google. Arrow down to this search field here, type in AUR, go down to Google search, it's going to be the first thing. You get up there to AUR, right there, and now we are at the AUR. You don't have to do this here. I mean, you could wait until you get into a graphical environment to do this, but I'm going to do it right here. Search criteria, into that field, I'm going to type in Packer, hit go. Now if I scroll down, right there's Packer color, it's always above that. It says Packer, and it's got a date, 2012-3/2 there. This is bash wrapper for Pac-Man. Whoa, I think I just went backwards. Nope, I clicked on it, I think. Yep, Packer there. So, right here you see a tar. Oh, no, I did. Okay, gotta be careful how I navigate in here. All right, let me go back. Make sure I get Packer here. There. At any rate, go back to see a package build and a tarball there. When you're on Packer, I'm gonna click on the tarball to download that. Hit save. And that's fine, just hit OK. That'll save it, and since we created the downloads folder, that should put it there. We're going to hit Q to quit, and then hit enter, and oh, I guess not. Okay, well, it don't matter. I'm going to type in tar. Well, I could move it. I don't care. Tar xzvf dash xzvf. We're going to type in Packer. Actually tab complete that. Packer.tar.tgz. We're going to hit enter, and you can see that created a Packer folder there. We're going to change it into that cd Packer, and then in there's the package build. Now to build that, we are going to type in sudo space make pkg, make package, space dash s, and we're going to hit enter. Put in our password, and blah blah blah. Make package is a bad idea. An as root. Well, we'll do that. Space dash dash as root. Hit enter. And we're going to hit Y. It's going to grab the dependencies for us. We're going to hit yes again. Keep going through this. Alright, and then in that folder, now we've got the Packer 2012-0302-1 any pkg.tar.xz thing there. Now we are going to, in the source in the package, what we're going to do here is we're going to do sudo pacman-u, capital U, and we're just going to do star.xz, and then we're going to hit yes. Alright, now Packer should be set up, and with that we should be able to install from the AUR. And it uses the same syntax as Pacman. So like you can do sudo packer dash s dash dash capital S to install something. And actually you can do this with Pacman too, and then a lowercase s to search. We'll look up, say, Archie. Right, and right there next to it in pink or purple there, you can see AUR, that's the repo. If it was something in the actual repos, it would say core, extra, community, or what have you, or multi-lib. But that's from the AUR, Archie, Archie3, ALC, so on and so forth. But I can up arrow and then get rid of the lowercase s next to that and actually install Archie using Packer. Now right here it asks if I want to proceed with installation. I'm going to say yes. And now right here it's going to ask if you want to edit the package build. Now unless you really know what you're doing, you probably don't want to do that. But let's say, for example, you accidentally got in there. This uses V or Vim syntax here. So to get out of this, you're going to have to do Shift, Q, and then enter. And that'll get you out of that if you end up accidentally in there. But you're going to yes to all the installs and probably no to all the editing the package builds. But now we have Archie. So I can type in Archie here, and it's going to give you that little funny thing. And actually, if you want to set that so it automatically shows up in your terminal, you can go sudo nano.bash rc. Then down here at the bottom, we're just going to type in Archie. And then Control X, yes, enter. But at any rate, so that was one thing. Actually, we're going to grab YAOURT also. So Packer-S, YAOURT is YAOURT. That stands for Yet Another User Repository Tool. I just kind of like having more than one, but AUR helpers. But proceed with installation, yes. Oops, I just did it myself. So it's Shift, Q, lowercase q, then enter to get out of that. And so you go through here, grab dependencies that are necessary. It's going to build all that and install everything. It's actually going to ask us usually for every dependency whether we want to edit the package build, and whether we want to install it, and so you might have to go through this a few times. There's YAOURT itself. So YAOURT is installed, and to use YAOURT, you can type in YAOURT again, Yet Another User Repository Tool. Now you can use the same syntax as, say, Pacman or Packer, and do -s, lowercase s, to search like this, like if I was doing Archie again. It would give me these results right here. And actually, as you can see on Archie, it says that it's installed, and it's got a number in parentheses too that shows votes for it, for these packages that may make their way into the community repository in the future. But so that's one way, but you can also just do merely YAOURT space Archie. If you do it that way, it gives you a number next to each one, and if I type in like 2 and then enter, I choose Archie, that package will proceed to install. You're going to hit Q to quit and get out of that, but that's just a quick little showing of a couple AUR helpers. AUR is the Arch user repository. But any package that is not in the official repos, core, extra, community, multi-lib, or core testing or community testing, multi-lib testing, will make their way into the AUR, and there's a lot of stuff in there. But anyway, now I'm going to actually install sudo space pacman-s. We're going to grab openbox. We're going to grab ob menu. We're going to grab obconf nitrogen for wallpaper management. So we're going to do all those for openbox. Yes, do all that. And this shouldn't take too long. Now if you wanted to install, say, GNOME, for example, right there we could have installed GNOME pacman-s GNOME space GNOME-extra space GNOME-tweak-tool. Those three will pretty much get you rolling with that, and that will take forever to download. I mean, you could start that and go build the pyramids and come back, but it's not really that long, but it takes a little bit compared to what we just did. But I also need, but I want to add a few other things for my openbox. What else? BM panel, maybe. I think that's what I'm going to grab. BM panel. I'll actually do BM panel 2, probably. Actually, also going to add Pi panel. I'm going to add X screen saver. What else? Anything else I want to add? I don't know. For now, that's good. Alright, we're going to install all this. Alright, yes, that's from the repository, BM panel. Editing that. Package, yes. Alright. Alright, now what we're going to do is go make directory -p. We're going to do tilde for home there. We're going to do .config /openbox. Alright, now we are going to copy a couple files over from /etc/xdg /openbox /rc.xml space tilde /.config /openbox. Alright, then we're going to do the same command, but we're changing the rc.xml to menu.xml. Alright. Oh, now what? Let's see. We're going to install Slim, I think. Pacman-s. So let me check that. Slim. S, lowercase s, Slim to search. We got Arch Linux theme, Slim, and Slim. The Slim themes. We'll grab all of them actually. Slim. I need to get rid of the small s. Okay, so sudo space pacman space -S space slim. I'm using this as a display manager. You don't need to do a display manager, but for this tutorial I am going to do that. Slim-themes, and like if you're installing GNOME, you'll just probably use GDM for that. The GNOME package should actually grab GDM for you, and in the part where I end up configuring GDM, I'll end up showing you where to do that. Slim themes. So it's sudo space pacman space -S space slim-themes space Arch Linux what did that say up there? Themes -slim. Yes. So we're getting a what's it called? A display manager, which will handle logging in and what have you. We're also going to add, just because I don't have any wallpapers or anything on here, I believe it's called Arch Linux -wallpapers. on my real install, I copy all sorts of pictures and wallpapers I've saved over. I think that's what it's called. Sudo pacman, that is not what it's called. Sudo pacman, let's do a small s and search. Let me just do wallpaper, see what it does. Whoa, buddy. Arch Linux wallpaper. So, no S, that's what it was. Alright, yep. So this package is sudo space pacman dash capital S, and it's Arch Linux dash wallpaper. I'm just doing this just so I have something to work with when I get into openbox. Actually, how long is this video getting? Alright, so we got that set up. Oops. Let's just check something quick. Yeah. Alright, so let's see. Got that set up. I think that's going to be just about it for now. So let's go sudo nano /etc/slim.conf for starters, and we are going to go down here to a line in here called sessions. There we go, sessions. We are going to have openbox. And actually, I might just for the sake of showing having multiple desktops, I might put an xfce4 in. So we got openbox, comma, xfce4. Do we have, there's a user part too. If I can auto log in. Let's see. Default loser. I'm going to change that to Rob Graves. I'm going to uncomment that line, but I'm not going to do anything else like auto logging in per se. That's just going to make my name show up by default. Right there's auto login. Current theme, we're going to change that to Arch Linux, simply black, because it's kind of cool. Control X, yes, save that. Alright, now we're going to do a little bit of work here. Is it X in it? Yeah. Well, because I put xfce in there, I go sudo pacman dash capital S, and I'll just install xfce4. So I have another one. Just hit enter for default, hit Y for all those. We'll grab all that. This video's starting to get a little bit longer than I intended, but I guess that's what I get for not taking the GNOME route and doing it real quick and easy. Alright, now we are going to sudo nano.xinit rc. Now we are going to have to build this thing from scratch. We're going to go default underscore session equals. We're going to do what is it? ck dash launch. Is it launch or launch session? Launch session. Yeah, ck launch session space open box dash session. Hit enter, and then we're going to go down. We're going to go case space $1 in open box parentheses enter. We're going to tab over. We're going to go exec ck dash launch dash session open box dash semicolon, semicolon. And over here we're going to do xfce4 and parentheses. Oops. Go tab over, we're going to go exec. I'm thinking that's start xfce4 maybe. Yeah, and we're going to go semicolon, semicolon, enter. And we're going to go star and that. Then we'll do exec $ default _ session semicolon, semicolon, then ESAC, Control X, Y, enter. Alright, now we got that. Alright, now we gotta, I should really test openbox first, but I don't know, I'm gonna fly by my pants here. Seat of my pants, see what I do. Sudo nano etc inittab inittab. Alright, in here you can control usually what I used to do when I first started booting is I first started doing Linux is I had the display manager at the end of my daemons array in the rc.conf file. Nowadays I do it this way, and I have a couple reasons for that actually, but right here it says choose one of these here to be uncommented, and this one by default is commented out. We're going to comment that one and uncomment the last one here. The ID3 init default was uncommented. We're commenting it out, and then we are uncommenting ID5 init default. That's run level 5, so it should take us right to run level 5, which is the graphical run level. 3 is multi-user, sorry, and that's add a TTY. At any rate, the reason I do it this way as opposed to using a daemon at the end of the rc.conf is I've noticed that since I've done it this way, I can edit the kernel line from grub if I mess up X, for example, and it will I can add RO3 to enter run level 3 from there without using a live CD, and fix Xorg without needing a live CD to get in here, or change routing from another Linux installation. Also, I guess if X or the display manager crashes, it'll respawn right away here, which is what we're getting to. But at any rate, right here by default, the XDM line towards the bottom of this file is uncommented. We're going to comment that out. Now, if you had just simply installed the GNOME Extra and GNOME tweak tool thing there earlier instead of all my openbox crap, you would uncomment the GDM there, and that should, on reboot, take you right to the GNOME display manager in the login screen there. I'm using Slim here, and Slim already has a line. I'm going to uncomment that. You can actually, if you were using another display manager, you could add lines to that for there as well. I'm going to hit Control X, hit yes, and enter. Is there anything else I want to do in here? I am going to install maybe Firefox before rebooting. Yes. Alright. So here we go. Alright, we've got Firefox. Alright, let's actually try a reboot now. Let's see if I mess this up. Alright, take Arch Arch Linux. And excellent. Now, using Slim here, you can hit F1 and cycle through sessions. We've got openbox and we got xfce. Now, let's try xfce first. Hit enter, put in your password, and that did not work. Interesting. Oh, log out. Whatever. I don't know what to do. Oh, this is openbox. Okay. Okay. Whatever. I'm not sure what I just did there. Log out again. Log out. Should take me back to Slim. There we go. F1, xfce. I just want xfce. Put in password. Strangely, that's putting me in openbox. Whatever. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. I think maybe a default session line. We'll go sudo nano dot xinit rc 066 pound control x, yes, sudo reboot. Let's try this again. Booting. Alright, let's try xfce again. Alright, there we go. Now I've got xfce up and running. Very basically. And then openbox has nothing immediately apparent about it, but it's there. But F1 cycles through these. Now we can get in here, and you've got nothing. Nothing to play with, but they give you some terminals here to play with. And so I'm actually going to save setting up openbox for another video. Since this one's getting kind of long, so I'm just gonna, now where we're at now, I'm gonna just shut this thing down, and I'll work on setting up openbox later. Sudo shutdown -h now. You can actually do reboot just by changing the H to an R, but I'm just gonna shut it down. Later I'm gonna make a button to do that right in openbox, but there we go. So how long is this now? 45 minutes. Alright, goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.